Hello, my name is Omar. Um, so today I'm going to read Minimum Wage by Matthew Dickman. My mother and I are on the front porch lighting each other's cigarettes, as if we were on a 10-minute break from our jobs. After being a mother and son, just 10 minutes to steal a moment of freedom before clocking back in, before putting the aprons back on, the paper hats, washing our hands twice and then standing behind the counter again, hoping for tips, hoping the customers will be nice. We will say some kind word, the cool front yard before us and the dogs in the backyard shin on everything. We are hunched over, two extras on the set of The Night of the Hunter. I am pulling a second cigarette out the pack, a swimmer, rising from a pool of other swimmers. Soon we will go back inside and sit in the yellow kitchen and drink the rest of the coffee. And what is coming to kill us will pour milk into mine and sugar into hers. So one of the main reasons I picked this poem is because I can relate to a lot of it, especially with me and my mom. I feel like we're so close to a point where it's like we're constantly calling each other every day, talking about whatever, whether it's work or just life in general. So it feels like with this poem, when they said, my mother and I are on the front porch lighting each other's cigarettes, it just feels like we're so close, even though we don't smoke, but it just felt like that's what we do. So the next part is, as if we're on a 10-minute break from our jobs, being a mother and son, just 10 minutes to steal a moment of freedom before clocking back in. So I think the key word here is freedom, because when you're a parent or an adult, freedom only gets limited. So we haven't been able to actually have like a vacation in so long. So every time it's like a break from work, that's basically our moment of freedom, just to steal, because freedom is, when you're working so much, freedom is hard to come by. So, I think that's my interpretation from it. So when it says, before putting the aprons back on, the paper hats, washing our hands twice, and then standing behind the counter again. So it seems like here it's kind of like what Matthew Dickman is trying to relate to what the mother and the son are going through. And that's basically how me and my mom feel. Like, work can be, tiring sometimes, doing the same thing every day. So I guess that's why, calling each other, I guess, helps out, because we both go through the same pain. So, it's like, it kind of like lessens whenever we hear someone's going through worse than the other, or someone's going through a different problem when it comes to work or just life in general. Anything they want to talk about, it's just me and my mom. I feel like we have such a close connection that it's like telling anyone else, it just won't feel the same as, telling your own mother, or, vice versa, telling your own son. So in the next part, it says, hoping for tips, hoping the customers will be nice, will say some kind word, the cool front yard. So me getting older, working at certain jobs, I've realized the importance of tips. Hearing people, especially when it comes to people that are servers, they heavily rely on tips, because if people are not tipping, their minimum wage is just bad. It's almost like $3 an hour. So it's bad. So, working, I personally do valet, so, I get my general pay, but just the tips on top of that, it adds up. So, when it says here, hoping for tips, hoping the customer will be nice, the last thing you want is for a customer to be rude and, just start having problems with you for no reason. So me personally, I don't really try and talk to customers, just because the last thing I want to do is just get into an argument with a customer over, something that was unnecessary. So that's why, I say the normal things. Hey, how you doing? I hope you had a good time, just so, our customer service can be up, and so we don't avoid no problems with any customers. And if customers do have a problem, we try our best to, explain the situation, try and get them to calm down, and say we'll handle it, and then we just go about our business. So when it says, the cool front yard before us and the dogs in the backyard shin on everything, we are hunched over, 2 extras on the set of The Night of the Hunter. So in case you didn't know what The Night of the Hunter is, it's basically a TV series where there's a guy that's basically looking for woman to attract to. So basically, he's looking for, how do I say it? He's looking for women that are, sexually attracted to him, and then he basically like spoils them in a way. That doesn't relate to me, but what's it called? Is basically saying how me and my mom were like hunched over. It's basically like almost like we, it's something that we don't want to do, but it's something that we have to do. It's something we have to work, it's like unfortunate situations. So it's basically just saying that hunched over, kind of like we're bending our backs to, work, and we're basically like willing to, do whatever, sacrifice to make sure that, we make ends meet. So it says here, I'm pulling a second cigarette out the pack, a swimmer, risking from a pool of other swimmers. So basically, what I took from it is basically just every day. Second day, third day, fourth day, we're all, that cigarette for me is like a phone call. That cigarette is just seeing her, because whenever I go to work, that's when she comes back. So it's hard for us to really see each other every single day. So that cigarette for me is just a phone call, just so we could just check up on each other, make sure we're both okay. Sometimes I may forget to call. She'll just shoot me a text saying, hey, are you okay? Just checking on you. So it's just like little things like that. Like, it just makes our relationship stronger, because, it's almost like we just need each other right now in this moment in time. So especially with like COVID happened, everybody, losing loved ones. It gave us opportunity to become closer, because, we don't want to lose each other. So when it says, soon we will go back inside and sit in the yellow kitchen and drink the rest of the coffee. So I see the yellow kitchen as the sun. I hope one day, when in a couple years, when, my mom's getting close to retirement, hopefully I got my own place, we can just sit back at the beach. I think of the yellow kitchen as, the yellow sun. So we can just sit at the beach, we can have some water, smoothies, and just kick back and relax, because, I feel like, having a break, having a vacation is so important for the mind and for the body, because with everything, constantly just overworking or just working in general, just going home, even taking naps, just eating, it's just too much repetition, and, that's not good for you. And if you could just take a mental break, just relax, just go to the beach, basically just go away from this whole world, that would be so important and influential. Then when it says, what is coming to kill us will pour milk into mine and sugar into hers. Now I took this as, I'll help my mom out so much. I'll help my family more than, anybody. That's number one. So if it was like someone gave us $40, I would give 30 to her, and I'll take 10. It's just something like, what my mom's done for so long. I'm willing, whatever she wants, I'll give it to her. She needs help, because, when I was at a point where I didn't, no one was there to help me. She was the only one by my side. She was the only one that was willing to take care of me. She was willing to help me, whatever I needed, for the most part, she'll come through for me. So I just feel like now that, I've been working so hard, I've been putting myself in a better position, I feel like it's only right that I give back, and whatever she needs, I got her, especially as she's getting older, and she's my mom, and I love her. So it's just like, if someone's willing to pour me milk and she'll put sugar in hers, I'll be totally fine with it, no complaints. So basically the overall theme I got for this is just a strong bond, strong relationship. It's very important that, I hope to keep it this way, because family is very important. Learning, for the past 2 years, especially with COVID, how, everyone has their ups and downs, but I feel like with this, it just made us stronger, because it helped me understand. I had to take a step back and realize that, the last thing you want is just to argue with your family. It's important to realize that, even has the poem's titled minimum wage. I don't care if, we're working minimum wage. It's bigger than money at the end of the day. Like, at first we would, stress about money, but now it's not even about the money. It's about, you know, just looking after each other, looking after, you know, my sister, brother, and, you know, just looking out for each other, because to be honest, family is the only people that will stay with you. People can come and go. People can say one thing and then turn around and don't do the other, but with family, you just can't do that. And that's the only people I can put trust in, and I should put trust in. So yeah, that's basically my interpretation of the poem. And yeah, that's my basically my overall opinion and message about it.